The rain hadn't stopped since the funeral. It clung to everything, the sky, the streets, and most of all, to the small girl standing barefoot on the front porch, clutching a worn-out teddy bear. "You can't stay here anymore," her stepfather said coldly, his voice sharper than the thunder behind him. The door slammed before she could even say goodbye. At just 8 years old, Emma was alone, her world shattered in a single day. But what happened next would change her life forever. Emma didn't fully understand death, but she understood absence. Her mother's laughter, her warm hugs, the soft lullabies at night, all gone. And now, even her home had vanished. The house that once smelled like fresh bread and lavender now felt like a distant memory. She stood there for a long time, hoping the door would open again. It didn't. With nowhere to go, Emma began walking. The cold Canadian wind bit into her thin sweater as she wandered down unfamiliar streets. People passed by, umbrellas shielding them from the rain. But no one noticed the little girl with tear-streaked cheeks. Hunger gnawed at her stomach, but it was the loneliness that hurt the most. Hours passed. The sky grew darker, and Emma found herself sitting on a bench near a quiet park. She hugged her teddy bear tightly, whispering, "Mama, what do I do?" Her voice trembled, lost in the sound of rain. That's when a black car slowly pulled up nearby. The door opened, and a tall man stepped out. He wore a long coat, his expression serious but not unkind. He noticed Emma immediately. How could he not? A child alone, soaked and shivering, was impossible to ignore. "Hey there," he said gently, kneeling to her level. "Where are your parents?" Emma hesitated. Her voice was barely audible. "My mama. She went to heaven. And my stepdad said I can't go home." The man's face changed. There was something in her words, something raw and painfully honest, that struck him deeply. He didn't ask more questions right away. Instead, he took off his coat and wrapped it around her small shoulders. "My name is Daniel," he said softly, "and you're not alone anymore." Emma looked up at him, unsure but desperate to believe him. It had been the longest day of her life, and for the first time since morning, she felt a tiny flicker of safety. Daniel was a wealthy businessman, known in the city for his success, but very few knew about the quiet emptiness in his own life. Years ago, he had lost his wife and daughter in an accident. Since then, no amount of money could fill the silence in his home. But as he looked at Emma, something stirred in his heart, a feeling he thought was gone forever. He took her to a warm cafe first, ordering hot chocolate and food. Emma ate slowly at first, then faster, as if afraid it might disappear. Daniel watched her, his chest tightening. No child should ever feel this kind of fear. That night, he brought her to his house, a place far too big for one person, now filled with a fragile sense of